This is a message for the men out there. I've been pondering on this for quite some time, and to be honest, I started thinking about it a whole lot more today. I took a dive back into many different points in time where I either myself experienced this or I've seen it happen somewhere else. There are some men out here that feel the need to dominate people just to make up for something. What I mean by that is there are men out here that's dominating others only because deep within themselves, there is something that they themselves that have not addressed yet. So there's a lot of men out here that has wounds. They have wounds that haven't been addressed and they resurface. And how they resurface is they come in a form of people that are within a day-to-day reality. And see, it calls into question, why do you feel the need to dominate this being? It happens all the time. You see it within the workforce. You see it in sports. People feel the need to be a certain way with other men or other people in general just because they themselves got some shit going on that they don't want to address yet. They get mad, they get frustrated, and they try to overpower you. There's too many times where too many men has done things like that, and there's some men that have owned up to it, give an apology, and they talk it through. But then there's other men that's so fucking stuck in their ego that they can't see past that shit. I'm calling that into question for men that do that shit and still decide to do it and don't think that they shit don't stink. Trust me, that shit is going to get called out. You can run and hide or you can say all you want to, but there's people that see through that mask that you keep on showing to other people. People see right through that. There's a thing called intuition. There's a thing called inner wisdom. There's a thing called I see through the bullshit. When this get called into question, don't feel no kind of way. This is a moment in time for you to heal. But guess what? That's a good thing because it's challenging your way of thinking and your way of being. And then you will change that because you can't keep on stepping in the type of energy moving forward. A lot of men I feel right now are being called into question a lot of different things that they do on a day-to-day basis that's not beneficial for themselves and not beneficial for other people because they exert that type of energy. And what's the reason for that? Why? Why do you feel the need to do that? Are you hiding something? Have you not undressed something? Have you not got the healing that you needed? And if you haven't, you need to open up and say something about it. Because how are you going to get help if you are still being this quote unquote dominant force to other people for no fucking reason? Why you feel the need to do that? The reason why I myself thought about it is because there was a lot of points in time where I came across a lot of different men and they felt the need to do that. And that shit was disgusting to me. And then I called into question, what is this really about? What do you get out of that at the end of the day? Because I know behind closed doors, outside of that facade and that act that you put up, you're fucking hurting. And why don't you say that? Why won't you just say that? Just say that you're hurting. But don't sit here and trying to spill that shit out on other people. See, I called that shit into question for myself too, because there was moments in time where I did shit that was fucking wrong. And see, I can own up to my mistakes, and that's what more men need to do. You need to own up to the shit that you keep on doing, especially if it is having an effect on other people and especially yourself. Because the more and more you keep doing that shit gonna be harder and harder, and you're gonna feel the pressure of it. That shit is getting called into question. What I want men to do out here that are actually operating in that type of energy, I want you to think. I want you to take a moment to think about what the fuck you really doing. What's your intentions behind it? What do you seek to receive because of this? At some point in time, somebody gonna call your ass out just like how you be going to call other people out. And that shit need to change because moving forward, a lot of things are being changed with everybody. Everybody has to face something. But it's a large majority of men that fall into that same category of what I was just talking about. Why the fuck do you feel the need to do that? I'm calling that shit into question. And we need to create a dialogue around that. Because what are you truly hiding? You don't have to tell the world that, but you need to be real with yourself. Anybody you ever done that to, you owe them an apology. And you got to own up to that. So when anybody come to you and talk to you about that, you got to be real with them. Why did you feel the need to do that? Change has to come. Change will come. Change is here. And it's nothing, like I mentioned before, that stays the same. So if you either move with the change or the change gonna move you, whichever choice you make, I hope you make the right one, of course. I want us men to be able to heal and start to treat ourselves differently, treat each other differently. We gotta have each other's back. We can't keep on doing this shit to each other. That shit is rooted in a whole bunch of bullshit, and we need to change that for the better. Now, there's men out here that are actually creating these spaces for men to be able to express themselves, to be able to heal and stuff like that. And I'm thankful and grateful for those groups, for those people that are initiating that. This is something I myself want to initiate too, because community is needed. Not just with men, with everybody. And see, we're going back to that. And whether people like it or not, this is one of the things that will arise, because a lot of things are changing in the world. We see the bullshit on a day-to-day basis. We see the distractions. We see all the shit dealing with the media. All of this shit that's not important. What's really important right now is coming back to the point in time where we had each other's back within the community. Fuck all of these systems that's being created in front of your face that don't serve you. You can feel that shit in your soul. You can feel that shit in your spirit. People probably done had dreams about it. Some people got strong intuitions. They can pick up on that. And see, this is the thing that need to change. Men, open up. Express yourself. I don't care what nobody say. They say, oh, emotions are weak and stuff, but you need to get your emotions in order. Well, in order for people to get their emotions in order, a dialogue has to happen. People got to want to change. And I'm not forcing nobody to want to change either. Something has to change moving forward. We are better than that. And we can be better, and we can continue to be better, and we can build each other up. But it starts with taking accountability, owning up to your faults, expressing the things that you yourself may have experienced, and call out why you feel the need to be that way so you can receive the healing that you need. You don't have to hold on to that pain. You don't have to hold on to that hurt. Address it. Come up with a solution. Take steps towards it. Be the change. Make the change. If you need help, go out and get it. But you cannot keep containing that, because if you do, you're going to destroy yourself. You're going to fall into this sunken place. And see, when you fall into that, it may be one of those things where you might not be able to do and pull yourself up by yourself. And this is why community is key. A brotherhood is key. Change has to happen. And that is being called into question. We are better than that. We got to stop falling into this same thing over and over again. This same pattern that keep on repeating generation after generation after generation. Call it into question. Make the change. Be bold. Be fierce. Be courageous. Talk about it. Express it. You don't have to express it publicly. I mean, you can do it with the people that you love and you be around on a day-to-day basis. Express it to somebody who cares, somebody who gives a fuck. I know nobody that don't. And you will know, because you will feel it. And that's all of the message that I had. I want men to be able to heal and creating that space so that we can continue to heal and grow beyond all of the things that has been holding us back. That is what needs to change.